American entrepreneur Steve Jobs once said the best way to create value in the 21st century is to connect creativity with technology. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is charging ahead as the next generation of technology. And there certainly has been a lot of criticism and intrigue. Well, joining me live is Kate Armstrong-Smith, founder and CEO of Athelia. Thanks so much for joining us.
Lovely to be here.
There's certainly a lot of controversy with AI, people loving it, people scared of it. What are your thoughts?
I think that it's a really exciting time, and I think it's a really normal to be a bit nervous about it. I think it's not in history, the new and being afraid of new technology is not new. Going back all the way to the Greeks, where they were worried about actually writing down stories. And then when the Renaissance happened, the church tried to stop printing books. And then recently with the post office boxes, the person who actually created that was really worried because it would let women actually send information without their husbands knowing. So I think that it's really normal to be worried about it. At the same time, this technology is extremely powerful and there's amazing things happening with it.
Yeah, certainly is. Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, that's it. Yeah, there's always positives and negatives. I mean,
That's
look
right.
at the internet, and that was quite daunting in itself.
Absolutely.
And throw away the old encyclopedias and get onto Google. But we know that there's a lot of false information, and it's about how we navigate it as well. So tell us about Athelia.
So Athelia is a culture tech company set up by creatives and technologists, and we're making intelligent story software and for the entertainment industry or anyone who wants to write a story. And because we're experts in story structure and we've been working with these big AI language models like ChatGPT, which has exploded into people's awareness in the last 2 or 3 months. So we thought that it would be a good idea to create an app called a story generator so people could actually see for themselves how powerful this technology really is.
All right, so we've actually done a little bit of a demonstration and we've come up with a storyline. So let's show our viewers. And are you able to explain to us? So we've got the title which it came up with, AI Ambition. So they came up with that.
That's right. So what we've done is created a page where you can come up with your story and within seconds move from the idea to a story or a synopsis and then even a script. So here you have you go on, you put an idea for a story, which the producers have here. Then you can select what genre you'd like it to be, an action or a horror, maybe thriller. You can change the theme, you can change the ending, and then within seconds, the engines will work with you and generate a story for you.
So you actually have to come up with a storyline yourself?
You come up with the idea and the input, and you co-create it with the platform.
It's amazing. I did try it last night with my boys and they loved it. And then we've been playing around with it today in the studio behind the scenes, and it's fascinating.
It is. My daughter loves it as well, but she also turned to me and said, "Mum, that means all that work I did on that story is, I can't do anymore. The engine will do it for me."
Yeah.
So we're doing it as an experiment because there's still a lot to consider, and we want creatives and we want everyone to actually think about and talk about and debate, how to use this technology to enhance creativity.
Yeah, absolutely. Because as we said before, there are going to be the positives, including perhaps saving a lot of time if you get writer's block and so forth, but then there could be bias or, people, stealing data and so forth.
Absolutely. So it's very important that you own your own story. The engines are absolutely biased. So you might put some characters in and it makes assumptions about them. So this is an opportunity to explore that and decide if you want to use it, how you want to use this new technology for your co-creation.
So people will be wondering, is it killing creativity or is it assisting us, or where are we going to go with our jobs in the future?
That's, again, like historically, it's really, I think, important to worry about these things. I used to be a theatre producer, and thanks to YouTube and Facebook and the explosion of the last generation of tech, I had to move with that technology to be able to tell stories to the audience. So I think that it's really important to consider it every time. and technological way of what is happening. We have writers who love the app, and we have writers who are really nervous about it. Some feel that they become the tool and it takes their creativity, whereas others think it's just a tool to generate and help them co-create and help them, find different variations. And a lot of the time people don't realise is that a lot of writers, from the idea to the first script phase, do it on their time and they're not paid for that part. So a lot of writers are very excited about that part and that they can actually get their scripts ready to be made quicker. So it's all about balance, and it's important that it's creative-led and human-led.
And what about IP? Who's going to own that content?
Well, copyright is how you own a story, and that is solely something that a human can own. So in our app, it's very important that you put the story in, and then at the end, you own the story. And but that's, as engines become more and more intelligent, that's something that's a very, very important piece of legal framework to establish.
So getting back to your previous career, I mean, it's fascinating, isn't it, to see that transition and just to be able to reinvent yourself and go with the times. And we saw through COVID how a lot of people had to adapt to, take away AI for the minute, but to, teachers having to learn how to do Zoom classes and, chefs, creating different things. It's that kind of thing, fast forward at, fast speed because we had to. But it is about that adaptation, isn't it?
That's right. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm already using a lot of intelligent software in my day. My alarm tells me how I've slept. Spotify, selects my music. Google tells me where to have coffee. So we've already got a layer of that happening, and they're saying that that AI is going to be the next platform and will replace the internet. So yeah, it will become more intelligent.
It's amazing, isn't it? And you think back to perhaps computer-generated music and, your pianists or your guitarists who play the actual instrument. Remember when you had more of the online sort of computer-generated music? I mean, you've still got both of them, but I guess there was pros and cons to that as well.
That's right, and a lot of musicians wouldn't be around today, like a lot of DJs and the whole electronic music scene, without the creation of electronic music, and a lot of them are working with technology and AI. So again, some really, really appreciate it, and some have questions, and I think that's important for humanity to discuss that and use it to their advantage.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's fascinating, and we look forward to hearing more. And your website?
Ophelia.app will take you to the app, and please have a play and enjoy.
It's a lot of fun.
Stories. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Kate Armstrong-Smith, founder and CEO of Ophelia.
Thank you.